Hello dear students, welcome to Test Prep Card. Today we're going to talk about the digital SAT and specifically we're going to focus on the math section in which we're going to talk about the pattern and the syllabus. So first of all, if we talk about the structure of the math section, so as you know that from the next year we're going to have the digital SAT, so definitely the whole pattern is changed now. But as you can see that still they have kept two modules. Earlier also it was two subsections in the math section, right? So here also we're getting the same thing. So what is the difference between the old pattern and the new pattern? I'm going to give you a brief about that. So earlier about the two subsection that the math section had, it was based on the calculator and the non-calculator. Now the whole math section is basically the calculator in nature, so you will be allowed to use the calculator throughout the math section. So the first confusion, I hope it is clear to you, that calculator is allowed for the whole math section. Yes, there will be one digital calculator that will be provided to you on your system on which you're going to attempt the SAT. It will be more or less whatever the articles I have read, it will be based on the Desmos software. I hope you have visited the Desmos website, and also you can carry your own calculator, and the list of the calculator that are allowed is given on the college board website only. Now if we talk about this module system, so what is this? So here we're going to have the two modules, so both of them the calculators are allowed. But exactly what do we have in them? So in the module 1 you'll get a broad mix of easy, medium and hard questions, so there will be a mix of questions. But based on that, however you have performed in the module 1, you will get the questions in the second module. So if you have performed really well, then you will get difficult question. If you have performed not that much well, you will get the less difficult question. So we should not think that okay, I'll perform bad in the module 1 so that I can get the less difficult question. No, it is automatically going to hinder your performance. Okay, so try to perform as good as in the module 1 only, so that you get more question. It will be based on whatever you have done the question, it will based on that level only. Don't think that you'll get extra difficult question. No, it is not going to be like that as per my understanding. Now if we talk about that what you're going to get in each module, so in both the modules the question numbers are same. You will have 22 questions in each module. The time limit they have set is 35 minutes. Earlier there were 58 questions for which you used to get 80 minutes, but now as they have limited the question to 44 questions only, so you're getting 35, that is in overall 70 minutes time limit. I hope you're clear with the structure. Now if we talk about the syllabus, so as you know that we are going to have the three major units in your syllabus. That is, one is the algebra, then we have the data analysis and problem solving, which we can say that is related to statistics only, and then you have the advanced math. But if we talk about the algebra unit, so what do you have in it? As you can see that linear equation in one variable, linear equation in two variables, then you have linear function, system of two linear equation in two variables, and then linear inequalities in one or two variables. I always say to my students that you can see that the whole unit, the first unit, that is the algebra unit, is based on the linear one. So linear simply means like if you want to connect it with the topics that you normally study at school or wherever you're learning the maths, it is based on the straight line topic. So if you're good with the straight line, then you can very well perform in all the subtopics here that they have given. Linear equation in one variable, linear equation in two variable, they are easy to be handled. If we talk about linear function, it is clearly talking about a straight line only. Then system of two linear equation in two variable is basically system of equation where we use the elimination method, substitution method to find the values of the two variables. Or if they are giving you a graph based question, then it will be nothing but two straight lines either parallel or intersecting or coincident. Then we talk about linear inequalities, a very good topic. For that you need to have a good understanding of straight line. Then definitely with few more important concept, you can also understand the linear inequalities topic. Okay, and earlier it used to be one of the most important unit in your SAT math section. Why? Because let's say there were 58 questions, so 19 questions used to come from the algebra. But now what they have done, they have made the contribution of algebra and the third unit, that is the advanced math, equal. So now definitely the importance is still there, but still like you'll get the same number of questions from the algebra and the third unit. Now let us talk about the second unit, that is the problem solving and the data analysis. So here as you can see that the first two units that is basically in this unit is ratios, rate, proportional, relationships and unit percentage. So again these are very general topics. Okay, and that what we know, but still I would say that try to focus more on like what are the types of question that they have asked in the previous year. Okay, because theory is very limited for these topics, but if you understand the nature of the question they have asked, then you can perform good in the exam, well within the time man. Then we talk about one variable data distribution, measures of center and spread. Basically this is talking about the mean, then we are talking about the median, then the mod, and also the range and standard deviation. Standard deviation, on that they have never asked a question based on the formula, but still a question based on the understanding of standard deviation is there in the exam. I have seen that. Okay, so definitely we need to have a good understanding of standard deviation, but in terms of the formula you should be good with mean, median, mod, and the range. Then we have two variable data models and scatter plot. They love this topic. Why? Because you will find lots of question based on the scatter plot. What types of question? They'll give you a graph on the basis of which they'll give you four options, and then you need to select that, okay, this option is best described by the above graph. So we need to have a good analytical skills of the graph. Then we have the probability and conditional probability. You can easily expect one or two question out of this topic. Then inference from sample statistics and the margin of error. So it is again talking about what some kind of what is the analysis that you can make from the statistics, basically the data available to you. Then evaluating statistical claims, observational studies and experiments. So here they are talking about that skewness we have from the graph, then what are the different various things that we can interpret from the graph. So you can see that more or less 80% of the second unit is based on the statistics only. Then let us talk about the advanced math. Now in advanced math you have equivalent expression, so it is kind of a fancy word for the equation term. So I hope you have got it. So you need to have a good understanding of how to solve equation. Then they have not mentioned it, but yes, from the previous year question we can understand that they will ask you the question based on the polynomials. If we talk about the polynomials, now what they will ask you on the basis of polynomials, so basically it will be like different multiplication, division based question. Then you have two important theorems of that, remainder theorem and factor theorem. You need to have a good understanding of that, like that. Then non-linear equation in one variable. So basically like you can have an equation of x square, x cube, like that, and you have to solve it. System of equation in two variables, again that we have already discussed in the first unit, but what they're talking about here, it can be non-linear also. Like they can give you y equal to x square, and they can give you, let's say, y equal to 2x plus 1. Then you may have to find the point of intersection, kind of that question. Then non-linear function, so they have just kept this two words, but what do we understand from here? So you need to understand that quadratic equation is very important topic as per the exam is concerned. Then we have some important functions like absolute value function. Okay, and in function you need to understand the basic terminologies like domain we talk about, then we talk about range. Then one very important topic is the topic of transformations. So these are the topics that we need to cover under the nonlinear function. Again, other than that, what you have is that you have one unit that is additional topic unit. So what do we have in additional topics? So topics like based on trigonometry. So don't get the fear of trigonometry, because they ask some very basic level of trigonometry, and also the calculator is allowed to you, so you can use the calculator for the final calculation. But in trigonometry you just need to go through the simple right triangle based properties and the trigonometric ratios based on that. And then we have some question based on surface area and volume, so you need to have a good understanding of spheres, then cuboids, then cubes, then cylinder, like that. Then you have the properties of iota. Remember that they have asked the question on the basis of this. Iota is basically a thing that we learn in the complex number, so you don't need to have a good understanding of the whole complex number topic, but yes, you need to know that, okay, what are the properties of iota we have. Then finally you can learn about circle also. Circle, they have kept asking question on the circle also. So this is what do we have in additional topics. If you want to know the importance of additional topics, so let me give you one data that earlier when we had the old pattern, so there were 58 questions. Out of that, 6 questions used to come from the additional topics only. So now you can understand that, okay, how important these topics are, so you cannot leave them. So this is all about the syllabus only. Okay, so you have 4 units. I hope everything is clear to you. Still, if you have any kind of doubt, you can fill the form that is given in the description below, and also you can book a demo session with a test prep card. So thank you for watching the video. Bye.